So some time ago, I used to have a channel here on YouTube under my old login, my old moniker, which was fstanley35. And that channel blew up right before, or maybe at the beginning of the pandemic, where I ended up with several more thousands subscribers than I had ever anticipated. And it started blowing up really like overnight. For years, I'd had like 5,000 subscribers, and then all of a sudden it turned into, I think it jumped into like teens of thousands, then it hit like 20 some thousand, and at that point, it started to kind of frighten me because at the same time, I was transitioning from more of a Christian mindset to a Hebrew mindset. And when I say Hebrew mindset, I mean looking at the Bible as the history book for the Most High's chosen ones, his people, those who look like the prophecies spoken or the prophecies written. And so I didn't want to confuse anybody going from Jesus to Yahusha, going from God to Yah, and then later on outright Yahuwah, learning the differences in the uses of terminology and looking more into the Hebrew translations and so forth. So the timing of that channel starting to blow up in comparison to where I believe the Most High was taking me, again, made me feel, as they say, some kind of way about not confusing people. So I prayed, and what I got was take the channel down. I took it down, and I mean, I had some videos with millions of views and so forth. So much so that some of my daughters were like, "Dad, you can monetize that and make money off that stuff." When YouTube first started all the monetization. I mean, I started with YouTube in what 2007, I think, 2008, one or the other. But I didn't, and I still don't think about monetization. The premise of that old channel was to be inspiration. First, it started with the music part of my talents and abilities, with me playing Hammond organ and piano and so forth, and putting together, different renditions of songs and so forth that I grew up with. And that did okay, no competition with anybody, just expressing myself musically. But it also turned into word. I am a teacher by nature, by default. I mean, even professionally. When I got into the education industry, I started off as a teacher, and from there, an administrator and all of that good stuff. But so I got into teaching more of the word on an inspirational level because lots of times people need to know what the Most High is really saying to us to help us understand where we might be going wrong in our lives, and also to understand that He never leaves us nor forsakes us. So, to give people hope. But again, I was doing it then in the name of Jesus and God as opposed to Yahusha and Yahuwah. I took the channel down. It was blowing up. Didn't want to confuse people. But now, being deeply rooted in study specific to the origins of the Most High's people, also understanding more so about the engrafting of the Gentiles into that, which means that those who come to Him, regardless of whether they're considered Yasharol, Yehuda, or not, those who come to Him, He will in no wise cast out. So that does not exclude necessarily particular groups. It's about a spirit as opposed to a race per se. Okay?